Hi guys, I'm Lori.
I'm David.
And this is Mermaid and Jenny Adventures. So, this is a little bit of a completely different video. We've never filmed anything like this before. But there is, I've got some friends and some family and also just some people on Instagram that have kind of shot me some questions about Disney and sort of accommodating all different body sizes. So we're going to call this video, Disney is for Everybody. So basically, we are both plus size, king size, queen size, larger size people, both in our proportions and also like our height. I'm like over 5'9", David's over 6 feet. We've also traveled with people who are 6'4", and also smaller, like shorter people who are curvy as well. So we just want to say this right away. You will be fine. No matter what your body size, shape, weight, whatever height is, you will be fine at Disney. You will not be embarrassed. Nobody's going to be measuring you for anything. The newest ride is Flight of Passage, and that does have a few different size requirements. It has nothing to do with weight. It has more to do with proportions to fit into the, it's kind of like a motorcycle with like something that flips up on the back. So there is I think there's a trial seat that you can test it out sort of discreetly to see if you'll fit, but other than that ride, everything is totally fine.
Yeah, this is like if you come to Universal has a lot of rides that are not accommodating for most people. Like I said, there's like a roller coaster that just clamps you on by the shoulders and then your feet dangle. I think that might be the Hulk ride, I believe.
I think there's a couple like that.
Yeah, so like if you're some of the rides at Universal might be, almost not suitable for most people. Disney, we have like never had a problem with any of the rides we've gone on. I basically go on Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain. Pretty much any ride I want to go on, I've had no problems with. Yeah.
So unlike, and we're not crapping on Orlando, on Universal at all. Universal Orlando. It's great for a lot of people, love it. It's just, it is not very size accommodating and you will be pulled out of line and to see if you'll fit in the seats, and that can be like, we don't give a crap. Yeah. We're pretty like, whatever, you have eyes. If you don't think I'm going to fit, you want to, that's fine. I'd rather not wait in the line. There are some things to do, but a lot of like the Harry Potter stuff, there's a lot of molded plastic seating, so it's not even really about your weight. Sometimes it's about how you carry your weight. If you're more in the hips, and also you could be too tall for some of I know my brother is very tall, and he couldn't ride on a lot of things because it's just the restraints. He's too tall. They wouldn't like do the 3 clicks for safety, and we understand like that's a safety issue. But at Disney, way more accessible to all body shapes and sizes. There's also most of the rides, if you are traveling in a group or a pair, if you are 2 different body sizes or shapes. A lot of them are sort of either like, are sort of like single harness, if that makes sense, single restraint. So you're fine to sit together and you can adjust it based on your proportions. So yeah, like I don't think there's been anything we haven't been able to ride. There are a couple different types of restraints at Disney. So there's kinds that have no seatbelt. So that's anything like a slow-moving ride, a tram, a train, people mover, or Pirates of the Caribbean, where you're just sort of sitting there and you're moving. There is a seatbelt style, which is just like your car that goes across. They are very, very generous. I have made all kinds of errors. Well, I've accidentally seatbelted in part of my like armrest in Star Tours, and they had to like take that off. We went on Dinosaur that one time. I had pulled it out too far, and then I could have fit 2 of me in there, and it wouldn't snap back up. So you will definitely fit in those seats. Another style is the lap bar. So that's what I can think of off the top of my head is like the Little Mermaid ride or Haunted Mansion, where it's just you pull one lap bar comes across you. very generous proportions as well. One of our friends who lives, well, one of my friends that lives in Florida, she is quite plus size, and she has had no problems at all, like fitting into any of those like single lap bar style. Then there is the individual lap bar, which is something like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, where you each have your own little lap bar, so you can sort of adjust it if you're with a child or somebody smaller, or somebody has a little bit of a larger build, can come down on them and you're both safe and secure.
Yeah, well, Space Mountain has the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
For those lap bar kind of things, I have no problem with. Like, really, the only, my legs cramp up a little bit on Space Mountain because of my size, but the ride's like, only 3 or 4 minutes, so it's not that, much of a problem, so.
Exactly. And the one, there's maybe more than one but the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that's like this is Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios, where you have like the down over your shoulder type, and again,
Never actually been on that one yet, but
yeah, he might be going on that one with our friend that's going, because I will not go on that because there is loop-de-loops. Yeah. So basically, and even the kids' rides, like the Winnie the Pooh ride and Peter Pan, like you're fine. Adults, like we go on the kids' rides all the time, and it's very accommodating. The 1 or 2 rides that I heard are a little bit tight sometimes are the spinny ones, Dumbo and the one in Space Mountain that goes around. I can't remember what it's called. You can probably fit in, and it's just a matter of you might be able to not sit 2.
Yeah.
Like only maybe 1 adult can fit in there.
Well, like basically, if you think of it like Big Cedar Mountain, you're sitting side by side, and we could both fit together in Big Cedar Mountain.
Absolutely. And I mean, we're a little bit like squished together, but honestly, that's fine because I don't be flying around like bashing into you anyways. But so we just wanted to make a quick video just to say, Disney is very accommodating with people of all shapes and sizes, and not to feel worried or anxious, or maybe maybe you haven't wanted to go to Disney because you just weren't sure and you didn't want to be embarrassed if you didn't think you could fit into any of the rides. I assure you, you'll be able to. So if you have any more questions, please leave some comments down below. If you're a little bit shy or you don't want to leave anything public, you can certainly go to our Instagram account, which is Mermaid and Jedi Adventures, and just send a private message, and I can certainly answer any questions that you have. If you have any other questions as well, you can always call up Disney. They're very, very great about answering sort of any questions or any concerns that you have. So that's all we have for today. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And until we talk to you next time, take care.
Take care.